Hello and welcome to Advertisers Watching Ads. My name is Tom Ollerton. I'm the founder of Automated Creative, and this is a show every week where brands watch other brands' ads and discuss what's good and bad about them. As ever, we're brought to you by the Conscious Advertising Network, so please go and check those guys out after the show. Right, we've got some excellent celebrity guests as usual. Can they introduce themselves, please?
Hi, I'm Helen Bradshaw and I'm Head of Brand and Marketing at Dignity PLC.
Hi, I'm Andy Oakes and I'm the CEO of the Bluestripe Group.
I am Jimmy Klein, Digital Innovation Manager for Diageo.
Thanks so much for joining us, guys. This week we will be watching an ad by Oatly.
What have we here? Cow's milk. Really?
Andy, what did you think when you first saw that ad?
I was not a fan. It's quite a sneery tone. It's demonizing dads as ever. The dad is too old. I took against it pretty instantly. So yeah, I want to find something positive to talk about it, but I didn't see an awful lot straight up that made me want to leap out of my seat and go and buy oat milk.
And how about you, Helen? Did you have a more positive reaction to the ad?
I liked it and I found it funny. When it got to the help dad bit, I just didn't understand it. To me, the message was quite simple. It was quite, amusing that he was saying that to his dad. But why it was his dad, he would want to help his dad, and help dad by talking about milk bit just didn't resonate with me at all.
Jimmy,
my perspective is when I first saw the ad, I had the feeling that there are going to be lovers and retractors. Definitely, it's tough in the way it's presented, but I really enjoy the way of the story was told, and if they were searching for disruption, that was the feeling I get when we were talking about milk. I mean, it's a different approach about talking a general product that we buy every week in our lives, right? So I found it very interesting, the disruption they are trying to make.
Isn't it advertising's job to stand out and be noticed? And is its job for us to like it or us to notice it and remember it?
The job is for me to remember it as a piece of creative. Then yes, I will do. Do I remember it because of the Oatly branding? Possibly not. Or do I like it because it's that ad I don't like? That was just my first reaction when it came up. I can see what they've tried to do. They've tried to go down as you said, a darkly comic route, but I just don't think it hits the mark. Not for me anyway. Maybe it's my dad prejudices coming through here.
So the one that's the children by the wheelie bins, talking about it's a tricky age.
Är det fortfarande stökigt hemma?
Ja, du vet igår kväll så tog han 2 glas mjölk till maten. Det är som att allt jag säger går in genom ena örat ut genom andra.
Jobbigt. Men hur gammal är han nu?
55.
Ja, det är en knepig ålder.
Jo, tack. Vi ses.
The tone of that was quite unpleasant, I thought. It made, no matter what the context, you look at those children and think they're suffering somehow, and that's unpleasant. And I also found it quite odd that they're leaning on people choosing that product for altruistic reasons, so to save the planet rather than because they like the taste of oat milk better than regular milk.
They are always searching for confrontation with public. Since the beginning of the company establishing in the UK or expanding, they were searching for that. So clearly the objective of this was searching for talkability. And when you see the reactions toward the ads and how they manage the social media, they were responding every single person that put a comment there. So it's really impressive the way. So they were really prepared for this wave of comments, bad or good. And it definitely doesn't talk about the benefit of the product, but I think the intention is not close to that. I think they are searching to remove previous preconceptions about that we need to drink milk every day, right? So they are trying to that rules. And it's, if you don't do something like this, you are never going to stop and think like it's real or not. That doesn't mean that I think they touch the sensitivity point in other areas that I think is not good, but it's quite interesting to see trying to create this disruption. And I enjoy the website and the way they create it. It is really structured, fact-oriented, easy to understand, easy to navigate. I think it helps to connect younger audiences. They are not asking us to stop drinking milk. They are asking us to challenge the status quo of the milk. It's more like my feeling.
It sort of feels like a campaign that was built to win awards rather than necessarily shift units.
It made me wonder what research they had to go in this direction, you know, what insight they got that had led to it and who they were trying to sell it to. You know, where's the gap in their sales? Presumably it's younger people, but I don't know, just the website was really well structured and you could see how they built it. It just felt a little bit too try hard for me when you got into the depths of that.
So Jimmy, what would have made this ad better?
They can still be critical with the concept they want, but at least touch a little bit sensitive last the scene to make it a little bit softer. I think the disruption will be there in any case, because I think the message is clear, right? I will balance a little bit better there, the emotions at the end, because that's the point in which you really get to hate it or to love it, right? So I will try to maintain the energy level different in the end.
So, I mean, one of the things that Oatly are quite open about is they don't use external agencies for creatives. This is all comes from their internal agency, which goes under the slightly sinister name of the Department of Mind Control. Now, maybe if they'd used an external creative agency, someone would have said to them, guys, there's a slightly disturbing tone here that might put people off. And I wonder if that would have helped it slightly. I don't know, but I think there's always that danger, isn't it, when you're doing everything in house? You're very much just filtering the corporate view, the company way of doing things.
Do you think an external agency would have helped Helen, or would we have had too many cooks?
I'm not sure because I think it's everyone's job, isn't it, to read the room as a client. And I know what you mean, that you can get entrenched in your own industry, you know, and not look outside of it. I'm not sure whether it's to do with them being internal or external, really, not sure.
In conclusion, what should brands be taking away from this ad and this discussion?
For me, it's clear. Don't be afraid of being disruptive. I think challenge the status quo is something that we need to do constantly in our advertising, and I think this guy shows that. I love the way they manage the communications in the back end and the way they place everything pieced together, right? But for me, is the other learning is try to be disruptive but not aggressive in the communication. So that's a balance that we need to maintain.
I'm going to use a phrase that both Helen and Jimmy have used, which is read the room. We're in a period where people are after inspiration, unity, wanting to feel slightly better than we currently do. And I'm not sure in these current times they've entirely hit the nail on the head with the creative execution.
It's difficult, not without saying the same thing again, but yeah, just be sensitive to the current climate not being what it normally is in executions, and that varies across those 4 ads. I think some of them are harder hitting than others in that respect.
Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on the show today. We'll see you all next week.